Last time in Polymorph Self, the true chronicle of adventure and skullduggery by Master Sorcerer, Scholar, and people's favourite Onas Ondiri. After raiding the drug trafficking camp, the crack team got their stories straightish, then returned to Lanaki Raka. They went to file their report, but were told that the ranger, Hjani Kitu, who was with them at the raid, had already claimed credit for the mission's success. A clerical oversight meant the team had failed to get Hjani Kitu to sign a deposition about the true course of events. Fortunately, Onas employed his masterly scribing skills to produce the document. He then bluffed the quartermaster into accepting the team's account of events. The group then headed to the Polo Polo for some R&R, but barely had they downed a delicious bowl of owl soup than they were summoned to an urgent town meeting. There they witnessed the execution of a group of soldiers who Prince Callus Whiteblade held responsible for the disappearance of one of the kingdom's prized ornithopters. They also discovered that Tani Whiteblade, the prince's sadistic, drug-dependent daughter, was missing. Without much further ado, the team set off for the outpost fortress of Luna Nami to track down the ornithopter and the errant prince's daughter.
Torture by the Force scene, and it looks really awesome. Colin's like eyeballing me, trying to make me laugh. Dude, I am professional at reading things out. That doesn't sound like much. Me and Adam had fun. Yeah, it is, yeah.
That's how we start every... Have you not
I am a pro at reading things.
I am. Well, you'd think that's not a hard thing to do, and then me and Adam were playing with the intros, and we found out it's pretty hard.
Hardest thing.
Okay, here we go. 3 days have passed since Prince Callus Whiteblade addressed the town, announcing that he would bring down troops to discipline the Raka if his daughter was not found and one of the realm's precious ornithopters not recovered. You headed out on your mission to solve the situation without the Raka committing troops and leaving itself vulnerable to perhaps an obvious ruse for an attack. However, you also learned this was no damsel in distress fairy tale. The daughter, Arpy Whiteblade, was rumoured to be sick, dangerous and unpredictable, and perhaps the very cause of the crisis. You took a flat barge across the mile-wide Great Kalni River, Linake Raka shrinking behind you and the grand arch, the Surika, towering above. Marching north, you soon passed the western defence tower, the twin of its eastern counterpart. The western tower stood unoccupied and derelict. Its alien shiny black sides were covered in vines and cracks. Hawks flew out from nests on its roof, and several chunks of the magically fused obsidian siding lay about the base like rubble. Eventually, the hills and forests of the Great Wood beside you became lower and sparser. The encroaching winter turned the air to chill and light mists. The other side of the river disappeared into haze, and then Luna Nami, itself a bizarre-looking black cube, came into focus. You arrived at the gates to the Rossmore Wilderness. So you have arrived at this castle. You see a castle which looks just like a black cube. It's open-topped. You can see the dome everyone talked about, which is open. Like a sort of opened dome gate with an empty platform.
Oh, see how it got out.
Yeah, and all around it, there's an encampment. It seems that most people stay outside of the castle. There's a long hall, barracks, tents, stables, and the gates to the castle, you notice, are not only wide open, but there doesn't even appear to be gates on the entrance. And various soldiers are sort of hanging around, sort of doing menial tasks, and no one has noticed you approaching yet, but you have arrived at this castle.
Hey, Onas.
Hey.
You got a short bow, bro?
Oh, yeah. Would you like a short bow?
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
Just give me that.
I'll give you the short bow.
I'm going to take care of some quick admin on my...
I thought we all had short bows.
my
I thought we all
arrow
took them off the pile of... there was a pile of them. I thought we all took one, but you can have my short bow. Anyway.
Thanks, buddy.
So this is the site of the ornithopter, huh?
He said to nobody.
The ex-ornithopter. No, I'm just saying. Let's go and see what's going on in there.
Okay, you approach the castle gate, and a human ranger captain spots you and walks over. And he sort of waves you down and says, "You must be the crack team."
That we are, my friend. Well, not really friend, but talk to the human.
What are we asking about? We need to find this. I guess we should start and find out what's happened to your ornithopter.
That's a good question. I arrived only half a day ahead of you guys to get the situation under control here, and I've got bad news for you.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that for what I can determine to be a period of years, this has been the DOS house of ranger stations. I don't even believe anyone's been on a range north of here for according to the records that go back 15 years. Not once in that time. It seems that this is the layabout posting. People come here, they get high. There's traces of the blood poppy drug everywhere. It's disorganized. This is this is terrible. This is a travesty.
Hold on. People were just getting high here before Arpitani showed up?
And for 15 years as well. Just a 15-year-long binge.
This castle is like the most far flung of the 4 castles on the Raqqa. It's on the opposite side of the river to where everything is. It's way north before the land just runs out and it goes into the wilderness. And it appears that people have been coming here and just dossing for their entire 2 years service essentially. That's the lowdown. Of course, you can look around I can show you around the castle or give you any stuff you need.
We will take stuff we need. Please show us around to it.
Yeah, we're looking for a quartermaster, shops even? Place where we can...
Potions?
Yeah.
And I think a tour of the Ornithopter
Bay.
Oh, yes, that would be
bay
good.
pad.
And whoever was in charge whilst that went down.
Oh, the 5 of them were sent back to the town, right? I don't know what
they're the
happened to
ones
them.
that-
Sixth in position. How many people are based here?
At the moment, nobody. They've all been sent back. I've just been sent here to scout. I'm holding this position. You guys are going
But the
onwards.
usual garrison size would be how many?
Oh, well, this is the thing. It's been under garrisoned and no records have been kept. This is a total mess. We don't even know. We're trying to find information.
So there's no one here who was stationed here while the Ornithopter was here.
No.
Oh.
That doesn't sound smart.
Also, nobody was here. Yeah, I guess
When
not.
she was
Yeah.
here.
I at least want to know what direction the ornithopter flew off in.
If you look over my shoulder to the castle gates, did you notice anything about them?
The nun?
Yeah, and we don't know why or where, and we can't find them. It appears that...
Sounds like a killer prank.
How big are these castle gates supposed to be?
Well, Hjani, you look over his shoulder, and this castle is like, the walls are just huge and uniform black, and this sort of gap where there are no doors is probably about 5 stories high on a regular building and wide enough for 3 lines of cavalry to pass through, and they're just a hole right now. The captain stares at his feet, embarrassed.
Oh, it wasn't your fault.
Okay, there is one other thing. Having searched around some of the old reports, we found this map.
Oh.
Okay, can we talk about your map making?
I'm showing it to the listeners.
Now, this map is...
look like anything? My
I should
God.
say C, not T.
Let me tell you about this map. We don't know who drew it. It's very haphazard. There's no
I know
distances on it. Down in the corner there, and by the way, for everyone listening to the podcast, at the time you listen to this map will be available on the website.
They know.
So you know what you're looking at. Down in that corner, that is the nearest point called the Bone Ford on the river to Lunanami. That is essentially the gateway to this place. We think that area looks to be about 100 miles across and about sort of 70 miles up. You can normally travel. You have to walk. This is a moor full of like rocks and clefts. Yeah.
My God.
And I think they're supposed to represent elevation.
Anybody who's listening right now, please pause it, go to the website immediately and look at this map. Or just go to RedTube. It's probably there as well.
The sad thing is I've got the beautifully drawn detailed map over here, but you're not allowed to see
Is it colored in?
It's like
It
the
is.
joy of sex,
What color
but
did you
with
use the
less
most?
hair.
So this map is the only proof that anyone has even ever ranged beyond here, basically. And you have to make do with it, which is the point of it.
Okay, so the bone ford is on the right lower corner. But so this is all beyond Luna Raqqa. We have to march north to get to the bone ford even.
About half a day's march to get there.
I love this map. I'm having a great time with that map.
Let me have a look. Come on, the scribe have a look at this. Oh.
I think maybe we shouldn't take you north. You might get too excited.
No.
Hey, it looks like there's no way to get around wolf country. Maybe there's a cougar town.
Did you want to go and look at the platform where the Onas
Yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah,
Dr.
let's
Bay.
do that.
What does that look like?
No.
Okay, he takes you into the castle, and there's a central, again, perfectly cube weird building that looks at first like it has no doors, but as you get closer, you can see the door is black and the wall is black. And
This is a cube within the castle, yeah?
yeah, a cube within a cube. The design's really odd. As sort of residents of this country, you know that the four castles, the bridge, and the ornithopters are these kind of leftovers from something that happened over 1,000 years ago that's only legendary, that the first and only time there's been a large attack on the kingdom, these things were built partially by magic, and they've been here ever since, to barely use ever since. So he leads you up a spiral staircase, and you come out onto this platform, which is just a stone platform with this dome that goes over it. The dome is operated by some kind of machinery, and it's retracted about sort of 2/3 open, and you can sort of see ahead where the ground is starting to gradually rise towards these moors off the edge of the forest.
When you say machinery, is it like, I guess, is it self-explanatory? Is it very easy to operate, or does it look like you would have to have some kind of specialist knowledge?
Like with the gates, you can't even see how it is operated or from where at this point, and you can ask the captain about it if you want.
Hey, Captain.
Hey,
What kind of machinery's opening the gates and the dome and stuff?
that's a good question. I believe they haven't been used, opened, or looked at for at least 300 years.
And that's normal in all these castles as well, isn't it? This thing wouldn't have been operated.
There hasn't been an order to operate these things in living memory for sure.
But would anyone know how to if that order was?
Not at my pay scale.
That's why it would also be useful if those guys were still around rather than headless.
How long has the kingdom of Cathra been around?
They guess about 3,000 years. They have a system of years, which was allegedly started or backdated to the founding of the kingdom when the Winter Elves came down from the forest and started a civilization on the river valley. It's about 3,000 years.
All right, so what are we going to do? How are we going to find which direction this copter
Yeah,
is
is it
in?
possible for me to do a search? Like take 10, take 20, and
Search the area, right? What's
Yeah.
your search skill?
I got a +8 to search.
Well, if you take a 10, then you've beaten the standard sort of 15 for an easy search. So roll the dice anyway, so we can get into that
Get those
beautiful
sweet sounds. 10
Okay.
+8.
Now,
18.
yeah, that's right. Kind of like exactly
10,
like if you took the 10. Yeah.
200.
Okay, you start searching around this platform, which is just a bare platform apart from this sort of retractable dome. And you do notice something. All around the center of the platform, where there's an obvious now obvious sort of void in the dust, like a huge metal bird-shaped void in the dust. You also see small red droplets that have sort of stained, because the floor is kind of like this dark grey stone. So at first you wouldn't see it, but there's small sort of red droplets on the floor near to where this thing would have been.
Getting high and then flying.
I'm going to do detect magic just to see if I can understand how this machinery works a bit better.
Do you have a detect magic spell?
Yes, I do.
You cast detect magic.
No.
You detect and see a magical aura coming from these sort of blots that have dropped onto the ground.
Yeah, and you said this was some kind of magical. What was the?
It was constructed using magic.
But you said the name of the rock, the rubble.
That was in the tower you passed on the way here.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's the same thing, yeah. It was it's like a fusion of sort of glass, metal, and stone, only made possible by magic.
Okay.
At the time
why
of
not
creation.
just
But
use concrete?
you're getting strong magic readings from the sort of red stains on the floor.
Oh, from the red stains as
Yes.
well. Oh, guys, I'm getting strong magic feelings from the red stains.
So
that Bjorn
it's
found.
the blood poppy serum.
Is the blood poppy serum how we control these ornithopters?
Is the blood poppy serum magic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like a drug.
No. The third like distillation of it.
Oh, when you do
not
the
not
third
the
thing.
thing that
I knew that.
The
Yeah.
elven
Yeah.
nobility have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't really. So
Yeah.
But you do have one vial. Bjorn is holding one vial, which has been treated to the third magical stage.
Which I also detected just then in my detect magic.
But yeah, you are sure. You confirm that these are sort of trace drops of magical elixir veri. Yeah.
But there's no way for me to like the machinery of the dome. It's not operated using magic. It just has magic in its construction.
All right. There's nothing sort of glowing up or giving you any kind of secret knowledge at this point, no.
So maybe Arpitani's source is compromised.
Yeah. Can we follow these trails and see where the ornithopter flew?
Yeah, we're gonna follow red dots through the
through the wolf vaginas. I don't know.
That's okay. Diligent listeners will be looking at the map online and know exactly what you're talking
Sorry, I
about.
meant the wolf-strewn vaginas.
Do we even know, can we tell at all how, like, what direction it was flown?
From where you are now, no, but... Hello, I'm the captain.
Hi, Captain.
Every report we got was just that they went due northwest and then disappeared.
What's northwest?
Well, northwest of here, a little bit northwest, is the Torjasa outpost, and
Northwest from the castle would take you over the Bone Ford and then out into that general area.
Wait, am I looking at the wrong part of the map?
We're right here.
Yeah, we're here.
You're not there yet. No, you are just south of there.
We're like here.
All right.
Okay, I thought we were a little
Okay,
bit
so
north
there's at least some civilization up in the northwest where some people might have seen an ornithopter fly
we
by.
should head there.
Okay.
I thought this was the last of the outposts. This further outpost. Do
It's
we
the last
know
of the
who's there?
Yeah, hello, I'm the captain again.
Hey, Captain.
Hi.
Yeah, no one's ranged into that area for like years and years, it seems. They've all been slacking off. So
No one that
it's supposed to be pure wilderness out there. We're not a soul around, and we're supposed to range and just double check, But no one's been
So
out there.
there's no farmland out there. Oh, it's moorland, so I guess not. But there's no like. They're not classified as citizens, even the people or
I don't
classified
think,
as
as far as
subjects
we
or
know, nobody lives out there.
Well,
It's desolate wilderness.
Except that.
Okay, obviously to move forward, we ought to get to the Bone Ford. How about we stock up on some potions and stuff here this time? Stock up on potions, guys.
Let's stock up on potions.
Okay. And also, can we think about going to the Hell Pits? I hear they're lovely at this time of year.
I want to check out this outpost, which I think is
we
probably
should go
full
there
of
first,
skeletons
where-
now.
Or
Sounds like
Skeletons to
skeletons.
fight?
Skeletons.
All right, I like fighting skeletons.
I will go wherever the trails take me.
Right, let's
but-
go. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, heading out of the castle, you go to the
Wait,
cluster
do we
of tents.
this is the
We're
cluster
going
of
there
tents is where okay.
The
Just
cluster
making
of-
sure. Because the last time you guys just left before my suggestion of getting potions could sink in.
Let's get a
And
shitload
You
of
had
potions.
a great time. You had a great time when we didn't have any potions.
We're going to the potion shop. We're going to get you a load of potions.
Okay, you walk out to the shopless, sparse military outpost, but it does have a long hall, some new soldiers garrisoning it, and a sort of temporarily set up store. So you can always ask them if they've got anything there. So Hjani, you approach the small camp in front of the castle, and you see the elven soldier who seems to be in charge of the sheds and the stores. Hello,
Hello, officer.
I'm but a lowly recruit.
Well, lowly recruit, I am probably higher in rank than you are, so a little respect, please.
Second Captain, what's your name?
Hjani.
Second Captain Hjani. Oh, Hjani, the archer?
Yes,
Oh,
of the crack team.
an honor to meet you, Second Captain Hjani. How can I help you?
Well, I'm looking for potions. Or
Ah.
any kind of thing that can help us on our trek into the great
West.
northwest.
Well, we don't really have lots of magic potions and awesome things here, but we do have the partially magically imbued healing balm that is given to rangers. It costs 20 gold pieces per dose, but since you are the now legendary Hjani, I will give it to you. I'll sell you mine for 15 gold pieces per
Hang on
shot.
a minute. Can I just? I'm overhearing this. Aren't we in their employ? Shouldn't we get some kind of allowance of healing potions out? We've been through quite a lot. We've done quite a lot of stuff.
Then, if you think it will work, give an order in your position as a second captain.
Hey,
Oh, hello, sir.
I
I see you are also a second captain by your pin.
I am. Is that high ranking? Anyway, whatever.
He's Onas. Have you heard of him?
I'm.
Who?
Oh.
Look here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've been. Hey, shush. We've been through quite a lot of stuff. We've had some trials, maybe even some tribulations. We've done our bit for this outfit, and we would like just a little bit of balm. That's all we'd like.
You're the captain, sir. Give us an order and we shall follow it.
Give me your balm.
How much would you like, sir?
How much have you got?
I have 4 applications.
Oh, well, that's perfect. It's
Each
for
one
us.
can cure meta talk 1d6
Yeah.
hit points per application.
Oh, that much.
These ones are d6.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, we'll take those.
Yeah,
He hands 4 right over to Onas on command.
And also,
You have ranked him.
And also, you sound pretty down on yourself. When you introduce yourself, don't introduce yourself as a lowly whatever and ever. Have a bit of backbone. Have a bit of spunk.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
Yeah.
While we're beating down on the lowly recruits, I'm wondering if he's heard any rumors about things that might happen out north.
Oh, I may have. Yes. Hi. You are, sir?
I am Second Captain Seyda. Have you heard
Oh.
of me?
Are you Seyda the Decapitator?
That would be me, yes.
Wow.
You didn't mean for that to rhyme, though, did you?
Are
See,
you,
Lowly,
What?
you're a poet. You have a gift with words, Lowly.
are you high on decapitation?
thank you very much,
or
sir.
on,
Possibly didn't even understand that you might be a
disembowelments?
poet.
I see a new career on the horizon.
But before we do that,
Oh, yeah.
rumors.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you, you're not the first team through here.
Get
What?
them.
I think I know who was through.
2 teams
Mm.
have been through here. One, I don't know who they are, but one team was led by the legendary Hjani Kitu, the Silver Fox.
I'm gonna kill her.
I'm just glad to be
Legally.
part of her story.
She's a hero.
That was under my breath.
She hasn't decapitated a lot of people, though, so...
How
You don't
many
know
were
that.
in
Garrick.
You don't know
Could she
that.
be?
You don't know that.
Well, let me tell you the rumor I heard. Not 2 weeks ago, a rogue encampment of treacherous rangers, including a famous captain. Wait, this is an awesome story. Hear it out. They were hiding in a forest, and they had the blood poppies, and they had thugs and assassins and murderers. Hjani Kitu went in by herself, assassinated him, and brought back the goods single-handedly. What a hero! What a legend!
Hjani, do you still have that signed disposition from Hjani Kitu on you?
Unfortunately, we left it with the quartermaster back in the other town. But Onas, this is on you.
What did I do? I don't think it's on me this time.
You successfully faked the signature, didn't you?
Yeah,
Wait, you don't
I
have a
hope that-
spell of photocopy?
Not yet. Maybe in a couple of games' time.
But what happened to these other 2 teams?
And how many people were in them?
One of them left this morning, 5 people, I don't know them, and Hjani Kitu's team were really ahead of the game. They've already been through yesterday and got right out there.
Any indication of where they were going?
No, but it was strange, because the legends say she goes everywhere by herself, because she moves faster that way, but she had 6 people with her, and they all looked rather inexperienced. I don't know what she'd be doing with them.
Meat sacks.
Shields. Meat shields.
Okay. They also sacks.
We gotta save that kid whose father has the boat that he.
Oh, no.
He was a good guy.
Oh.
He was a good kid.
He's alive, well, and back in town where you left him.
Shit.
We've got to save these other meat sacks
As
before
far
they
as
get
you
killed
know.
by
Some of
Hjani.
them
That's,
may
that's what I
have-
get for trying to inject like sub stories into this.
As far as you know.
Some of them might have boats as well. Or their fathers might.
Officer,
have
what
boats.
can you tell us about the team that
Oh, I'm
came-
no officer. I'm a lowly recruit
Hey,
looking after
hey,
this shed.
Hey,
Look,
what did I tell you? None of the lowly. Come on.
Can I just have 1 second with Lowly? 1 second. Lowly, what's your name?
My name is not important. I'm
Hey,
but a
All
lowly
right,
recruit.
carry on, Hjani.
Okay, Lowly. Yeah, what can you tell us about the other team that went in?
Oh, I didn't recognize anyone on it, but they weren't led by a impressive warrior like Hjani Kitu. They were their leader appeared to be someone not in uniform, not a soldier.
Mercenaries?
I don't know. I didn't recognize him, but he wasn't wearing any cloak or insignia, and it was a he, an elf.
All right. Okay.
What did he look like?
He looked like an elf. He wasn't wearing a uniform. I didn't recognize him.
He
Oh, are
looked
we
like he could
talking-
handle himself?
His
yeah,
elf?
he looked dangerous and yeah.
Okay.
I only saw him briefly. I'm but a lowly recruit standing in front of
All
the
right.
shed.
All right.
I told you.
So his perception skills are also incredibly low.
Because I am but a lowly recruit.
Speaking of
I'm only good
shields,
enough to
Yeah.
look at
Can
the shed.
Meat sacks.
meat
Oh,
sacks.
did you actually want to bring meat shields along on
Oh,
this
well,
journey as
I
well?
wouldn't really, but this guy is starting to sound a bit like a meat shield.
Yeah, but wait, you want this guy tagging along?
True.
We're a crack team,
We are a crack team. We don't.
not a lowly team. There's no I in low team.
Lowly recruit,
low.
what else do you have besides healing bombs?
Listen, behind me in this shed, this looks like a lowly shed.
Oh, this guy's getting on my tits now.
But this is not any shed, because in here, believe me, we've got all kinds of good stuff. And I got this from the best craftsman in town. You are never going to see a better spade or shovel than the one in here. I mean, you can just dig those latrines on duty just so well. They don't break. I think the haft is even made of oak.
Hey.
Imported.
Okay. So you've
Do you
got
like
one.
spades?
You've got one spade in there.
Yeah, that I can spare.
We would love to see, that spade sounds amazing. That sounds really... you go and get that spade. We'll be right here waiting for you when that spade
Oh,
comes
what an
out.
honour.
Yeah.
I'll be back
Off
in
you
a
go.
moment with the
Right,
spade.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Can
we
I
leave.
decapitate that guy? I really want to
Look,
decapitate.
why do you... Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to mother him for a
No,
second.
no,
but
I want to decapitate him now.
That's kind of mothering in your book, isn't
All
it?
right.
Yeah, and just to be clear as a DM, by the way, you know as characters that these moors, they're basically, rolling hills. They've got like rocks all over them and crevasses, and horses can't go over there without getting injured. So you're going to be walking it.
I'm okay with that.
So our light horse is gone?
Yeah, you haven't brought them with you on this trip.
Okay.
You're on foot. And I'm just going to say, if we get to a third picture that you see vaginas on, I'm going to call this as a Rorschach test. Like you just whatever Adam looks at and Colin look at,
I don't think
you
put
only
this on
see
us.
vaginas.
I
Yeah.
do not think...
Hey, I think Robyn's with us on this.
There's the mons.
This one, listener, if you look at the bottom, is this an indent?
Speak into the mic.
It just looks like it's starting to cry.
Just one vagina, shame on us. See many vaginas, shame on
many
you.
vaginas.
It's the other way
No,
around.
get
The
something
analogy. It's see one vagina, shame on me. See two. No.
find this
Oh,
very-
I'm George Bushing it now. Aren't
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the hell pits? That's what I want to know.
I? As much as they do look like vaginas, and it's funny.
So you
we
admit
now-
it.
Who said that? Who said that? I don't know. No. DM talk doesn't count. I do now
Oh, here we go.
have to introduce the actual lay of the land for you to get it into your head, so you can imagine. What I'm going to say now is basically the physical scene
Great.
of the next stretch of this
Okay.
adventure.
The next stretch, well, we're on our way to the bone. The bone.
Yeah.
Are we on our way to
Yeah.
Bonefield
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we then
Yeah.
go to tour
Yeah,
just
we're
at
not
Outpost?
there yet.
I'm just going to set the scene for you, and then we arrive at that place.
Please
Okay,
do.
here we go. You have entered the vast moorland known as the Rossmoor. Your march was a slow, steady climb, and these lands are the lower slopes that come down from the mountains of the Greatwood. The lower patches are heaths. They are covered in grasses and heather, rocks litter the way, and gullies and cracks scar the landscape, carved by water that can appear and disappear as the seasons shift. The higher ground breaks into bare rock flanked by tufts of stiff grass and thistles, and atop certain points are tors, rock stacks and boulders created by the elements over immeasurable time. The wind blusters and falls in gusts, sometimes still and sometimes buffeting your faces with drizzle and chill air. Light mists cling to the depressions and bluffs, and you can see breathtaking views, but they fade into haze under pale skies. So now you're out here up north and up in these sort of high moors. You're feeling the encroaching winter a lot more. It's drizzly, there are mists, there's winds sort of buffeting your great hair as you look out across the windswept moors of sort of heather and gorse. And after about another half day's march, which is bringing you quite close to evening, you arrive at this, it's not really a river, it's more like a large brook. And it's wide, but it's really shallow. Yeah,
That's what they named my first girlfriend.
that's right.
Splitting Brook.
It looks
Okay,
it looks as if it's like a raging river, according to that wonderfully drawn
Looks like a
Map.
vagina on here, to be honest. But
and
a raging, but go on.
yeah, but it's really shallow and wide, and the ford is a place where basically Colin, you fucker.
Go on. Don't mind me.
It's fine. No, it's not. I won't cut anything, but we have to get on at one point. You've made your point. Whatever you guys look at, you see vaginas.
All right, go on. Sorry.
Especially things that are drawn exactly like vaginas.
Yeah. Let's call it
No,
vagina.
that was just
Vagina.
random. Okay.
It's double water.
Okay.
So we're at the not so raging brook.
Yeah, and you wonder why it's called the Bone Ford. There's something very odd here, which is what can only be described as a huge rib cage sticking up out of the ground, and each rib is at least 3 times taller than you are. Whatever ancient beast it once belonged to must have been like massive, like 10 stories high. and they form a kind of arch over the trail you're walking on. For some reason, people have been walking through this, and it's just ahead of the ford. So in order to get to the ford, the trail goes sort of through this sort of spiked rib cage sticking out the ground. And you notice they have a blue sheen to them, and someone has carved some form of like symbols into them as well.
Can I just say that's pretty cool?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And this marks your entrance into the fantasy wilds. Yeah.
Being an intellectual, I'm obviously fascinated by this giant rib cage and the symbols on them. And I would like to go and see if I recognize those symbols from my readings.
Yeah, you're a well-read scribe, and you have knowledge arcana
This is
too.
all true.
What's your knowledge arcana skill?
My knowledge arcana skill is, give me 1 second. It is a skill modifier, yes?
Yeah, what's the number
Yep,
by
it's
skill?
2.
2. Okay, well, you have to get a 15, so
Okay.
roll that dice and tell me what happens.
Roll of this session. Here we go. 14.
+2.
Good job.
Hey, yeah. 14 plus 2, yeah.
Is-
16.
Yeah, let's get that habit back. So
Yeah,
say
no, I didn't.
everything there.
I didn't know you'd done the modifier.
Yeah, 14 plus 2 is 16, so that's success. So
Great.
you guys sit down for 10 minutes while and take a rest while Onas examines these carvings, and you make a surprising discovery.
Okay.
The first thing you notice is they're very repetitive, and you find you're able to decipher one word because it is in fact writing in Elven, but using some form of like script or system, which is obviously ancient, weird, or unconventional, and long out of date. But once it clicks in your mind that it's Elven, you're able to piece together this word, which seems to be repeated on the inside of several of these weird blue-tinged ribs.
Mantis, is it?
No, it translates roughly into oblivion.
Oh, I'd take that over mantis any day. But do I know what it was? That word, did that have any kind of connotations from my readings in ancient times, or would that have been used in any kind of?
Actually, that's the interesting point, is that this word used in a kind of context like this in Elven is actually not common.
Okay.
This would be more like something from another. This exact example doesn't feel like Elven culture, although it's written clearly in a script representing Elven language.
So I can read it, but it doesn't have any kind of connotations from any kind of stuff I would know about.
No, for some reason, someone's come here and sort of carved the word oblivion into two of the biggest ribs.
Hey guys, pretty cool. Someone's carved the phrase repeatedly into one character I can read as oblivion again and again.
Is one of us skilled enough to maybe find out how long ago it was carved? A long time ago or recently?
Well, what skills do you have that may be relevant? Let's see.
Search.
I've got calligraphy.
Oh, that's true. Onus, taking the lead again. What's your calligraphy skill?
My calligraphy skill is, well, it is 1.
1. Well, you have
It's
to beat 15 again.
intelligence skill.
This is not quite so difficult.
Here we go. I roll 11 plus 1, 12.
So all you can glean is that it's certainly, decades old.
Okay.
But you can't get any more specific than that.
Wondering if there's been maybe any of the elves have any stories, like children's stories referencing giant beasts. Is this something you guys would know about?
Would that come down to local knowledge?
It may do, because you are from around here. So what's your local knowledge skill?
My local knowledge is plus 6.
Okay.
Give
So
me that D20.
this is really potentially obscure, so we have to go up to the next level of difficulty. You have to get a combined result of 20 or above to succeed.
What do you mean by combined? Oh, yeah.
Plus 6.
Yeah. So, sorry, that was plus 6. That's a 4. No, that's a 10.
Okay, so again, you search your memory and nothing comes to mind yet.
Well, should we keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Maybe
Well,
we'll
once,
encounter one of these giant land whales or whatever left these ribs here.
Yeah, that'll be good eating that night.
Once you cross the ford, it's utterly up to you where you go on the map. So
Okay.
have a quick discussion.
Okay, oh, I see there's some ranger trails marked on here.
Outpost.
One goes to the outpost that we were going to go to. One seems to just go to the middle of nowhere and stop in the middle of wolf country.
One DM reminder is that the captain told you they found this map. They don't know who made it, if it's how old it is, and how accurate it is. So just keep that in mind.
At
but
the
we
same
can
time, we could be wandering into the middle of who knows what, or we can be wandering into where we think there might be an outpost.
But obviously, we can see that we're on a trail. If we can see that there's a trail that we're on, that we're following.
The ranger trails appear to start on the other side of the ford. You're on the near side by these ribs. So,
well, why don't I just try to actually?
Ford.
Sorry, is it spot? How do we see like where they went?
Well, you can just say the
like
action in your
Bible.
mind. You want to go over there and check for the trail.
I want to check for the trail.
Okay, you do that. You cross the river easily.
Yeah,
and he comes up at the deepest point. It's knee deep. On the other side, you see a barely used but visible sort of worn-in trail where sometime in the past people have used it enough that the topsoil's been taken off, and it's just this. There's a clear trail heading north west, exactly as the map shows. There is still a trail there.
All right. Oh, sorry. I wanted to check for the teams that have gone through the two teams.
In that case, what's your survival skill?
That's the one. It's just my wisdom, and that's +1.
Okay, it's soft ground, so you have to get a 15.
All right, let's give it a shot. And that's 15.
Oh, nice.
+1 is 16.
Great. Okay, you start searching around. You guys are still on the other side of the river, marveling at these sort of ancient bone structure. Meanwhile, Bjorn on the other side finds the trail, checks around, and you can see that definitely one group of people have passed through here recently. Seems to be 7 people, and they stayed off the trail on purpose. They were sort of walking sort of 10 meters to the side of it.
That's Hjani's group.
I don't know if that sounds like Hjani's style, though,
But
staying
there's
off
7
the trail.
of them. She was 6 + 1.
Oh, true.
And the other group is 6 people, so... But yeah, it's funny that she would be the group that was detected.
Yeah.
If she's so fucking amazing.
None of this, you guys know
I think
yet.
we
I've
all
got to
know.
trudge my way back across the river and tell you guys, which I do.
Yeah. And then we just
And
have
then
that
we have this
conversation. that we
conversation.
just
But
had.
the odd thing is that, where did the other team go then? Are they around
Maybe they
here?
got eaten by wolves or an oblivion creature. I don't know.
Maybe.
I would love to tell you, but I'm not going to.
Well, sure, fine.
So I
Ask
still
again.
think we should head towards the outpost.
I think we're all
because-
agreed on that, aren't we? Because it's the obvious kind of thing to do. See if there's people that have seen any ornithopters or
Or
groups
if
of
they even still
people,
exist.
or if they still exist or whatever.
You didn't ask what the outpost is or if the captain knew about it, right? So
No, we never did.
So all you know is that there's something marked
we
outpost.
we
on a
really
outdated
believe this map.
map. Awesome.
We have a lot of trust in the map.
Whatever. I'd rather go to an outpost
There's
than
just
the
something
Hellpits.
about it that looks motherly.
Motherly. Oh yes,
Yeah.
Georgia O'Keeffe. Why don't we see at least if these tracks are going towards that outpost?
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing to mention, of course, is that light is fading and it's the evening.
Oh, do we have to make camp?
You can. I mean, you could camp here and wait for daylight, or you could try to. Here's the thing. Now, you were told that map represents about 100 miles across, possibly.
Okay.
Now, on foot, taking it carefully over this rocky terrain and the rises and the falls and the sort of unreliable loose earth, you can do about 18 miles in a day. So, according to this map, it's about a day's march from here to that outpost, including going up to, if that does in fact represent an elevation and not a vagina, then you would also, that would also slow you down. It's about a day's march from here.
Right.
So you'd make it a third of the way there, camp, and then do the rest the next morning. So would you like to sort of strike out now, or would you like to camp here by these weird
Let's
bones?
do a camp next to the Oblivion Bones, I think.
What can we see? Can we see anything that's like the top of a hill or something that we could camp at, or something that looks like it's
This
maybe
is the
farther?
thing. Again, if they do in fact represent rises, they're going to be about 20 miles away, and it's, as I said, it's misty, it's drizzly. You're up in the moors in the winter. Your visibility, you've got a good view, but it's not really. You're not seeing across the map. So
I may just be a Simple Plains a Simple Plains girl, but I don't really want to camp under a load of bones that say Oblivion on them.
Oh, that's a load of bones.
I can't
We'll be safe here.
Yeah, what have Oblivion Bones ever done to you?
Nothing, but I don't really want to hang around and find out.
one final detail for Onas is that the word that means oblivion in Elven that you translated, if you were to say it in Elven, it would specifically be Anodus, which is Anodus, in case you wanted to know.
So wait, you just interrupted the girls The Simple Plains girls.
Guys, that's an anagram of Sudona.
And let's get away from these bones.
Okay.
Let's cross back over the river and set up camp there.
I think over
That's
the river.
what I was also going to say is that you make camp. Would you like to be next to the river, directly under the bones? Any specifications? Because for future reference, if you don't specify, I'll just assume anything that I want to assume.
Well, I think maybe the bones are a defensible location,
Unless the bones come back to life in the middle of the night
but they're bones.
and oblivion us.
How is this a bone of contention?
And on that note,
Yes.
I'm going to roll the dice. Okay, you take out your one tent that you're all cramped into. It's very cozy, and you set up camp for the night. Would anyone like to take a watch or anything?
Yeah,
by
I'll
the
take
way?
a watch.
Okay, so you would need at least 3 of you to cover shift. So
I'll take one too.
I'll take one too.
I'll just stay in the tent.
Hjani second, you can be third.
okay, so we'll keep this. If you don't mention anything else in the future, this is standard. Okay, when you camp, it's who's first? Sorry.
Me, and then Hjani, and then Seyda.
So with
You're
my low light
decapitated.
vision and my magic, I don't need
Just
to-
have a nice sleep.
that's all right.
Okay, out on the moors at night, it gets pretty chilly. But you do all right in the tent. It's only bad for the people on their sort of 3-hour watches. The evening passes without incident, except that when Hjani, the middle watch person, is on watch at about sort of in the middle of the morning or the night, you do hear the distant howling of wolves at one point. Very, very distant, but unmistakable. But you all wake up in the morning unmolested, to revisit a favorite word of the podcast. Not that I'm directly comparing you to the horses.
I don't know why you have to look at me when you say this.
Okay. Unmolested. Looking at Adam.
He's looking at Adam.
That's
I
right.
wouldn't mind being, a little.
Okay,
molested
so
in
the sun is up, you wake up, it's the morning, and you got the bright morning light, but it's still kind of overcast and drizzly and misty, and the trail lies before you.
Let's march.
Wow, that
Wait.
was loud.
Sorry.
Can you say that again, not as loud, and I'll edit it?
Let's march.
You set off from your camp across the misty moors, and at first the trail is going due northwest, exactly like it appears on the map.
Mm-hmm.
After half a day's march, you reach lunchtime, and you do appear to have reached a split in the trail. The trail heads off due north and gets less and less distinct, and it also goes due west, north and west, kind of like exactly on the map.
Well, can we still see the tracks that we saw?
Here's the thing: to the west, they seem to still be a strong, not tracks, but the trail is strong. To the north, it's not. Now, you're going to keep checking to see if these, if the trails of the presumably Hjani Kitu's party here.
Yes.
So make another DC 15 check. What's your bonus again?
Sorry, that was for survival. This is my wisdom. It's plus
Seyda,
1.
weren't you good at that too?
I have a +4 to survival.
Yeah, you can always.
I'll do a.
You can always take care of business. It's a 17 plus 1, 18.
Okay.
I guess I'll roll 2.
Yeah.
14 plus 4 is 18.
Oh, so you
Okay.
both
So
did,
so
yeah.
you both cast around on the north side. Bjorn notices that you can see sort of tracks heading north. The 7 people headed north here.
All right.
And Seyda, searching around the west side, you find unusual tracks. Seems to be 2 pairs of feet, booted, but rather large. Like the people who made them are at least your height and quite heavy. But nothing like any of the previous tracks. And these ones are also recent, so there appears to be a third sort of unknown happening here. So you're standing at this fork, and then as you're doing your searching, Hjani, you're just sort of like looking around, keeping watch, and you notice just to the north beyond Bjorn, sort of coming over a sort of rise where the moor sort of dips and comes up, what appears to be sort of squat, low, dark shapes appearing about 50 feet beyond Bjorn. You can just sort of see them starting to rise.
Ponies,
Ponies.
maybe
Oh.
more ponies.
Huh.
Do you have something you'd like to tell us?
Yeah, Hjani, you're the
didn't
only one
think
who's
this.
seen this at this point.
Oh, yes, there's some squat dark things out in the horizon,
I
guys.
mean, rocks
Are they ponies?
or ponies?
They could possibly be either. I've never been in this area before. I'm not from this far up north.
Okay, as Hjani sort of chatters indistinctly and gives sort of not very focused instructions or actions, these shapes appear more clearly, start stalking through the grasses and
they're moving. They're like ponies.
appear about now 20 feet about behind Bjorn. Bjorn, you're sort of crouching down, examining the tracks. You notice Hjani and Onas sort of, bantering together about something. You don't know what it is. You're sort of off in the gorse, searching around. And then behind you, you think you can hear like grass rustling, and you're like, what's that? And as you cock your head, you can hear low growling of wolves.
Ponies.
About 20 feet behind you, Bjorn, what's your reaction?
Wolves!
What was that?
Wolves.
Oh, wolves.
Okay, so that's your action, is to say that.